on the second Monday in March. And today, by coincidence, is also International Women's Day. The theme of this year's Commonwealth Day is delivering a common future, connecting, innovating, and transforming. Today's Blue Hope on Commonwealth Day programme of webinars will be celebrating our one ocean that connects the world. It's home to 80% of the world's biodiversity, and it's vital in protecting our planet by regulating the Earth's climate and atmosphere. But as we now all know, I think, our current unsustainable lifestyle is putting our ocean under ever greater threat. As we come out of this COVID pandemic, we need to build back greener. We need to innovate. We need to transform. We need to find a way of living in harmony with nature. So through the course of today, Blue Hope will be showcasing and launching exciting new projects to help us to achieve that goal. So I'm delighted to be today to be joined by a very distinguished panel. And let me just quickly introduce them. Tony Kassim, who is President of the Royal Commonwealth Society of Malaysia. Simon Christopher and Monica Chin, founder and co-founder of Blue Hope. Mogesh Sabathi, who is co-founder of Ocean Hope Project. And we also have a video message from Dr. Nicholas Hardman Mountford, who is Head of Oceans and Nature Resources in the Commonwealth Secretariat based in London. But before I go to our first speaker, I'd like to play a short video from last year's Commonwealth Day celebration here in Malaysia.
Here we are celebrating Commonwealth Day in partnership with the Royal Commonwealth Society here in KL. It's been a great opportunity to bring together all of the Commonwealth partners in Malaysia, and there are a huge number here. The enthusiasm for the Commonwealth in Malaysia is vast. We've been able to celebrate achievements like the Queen's Commonwealth Canopy up in Raja Musa in Selangor, which is a really important wetland preserve. We've been able to celebrate the achievements of the last 2 years during the UK chairmanship, and to celebrate those Commonwealth values, to thank our friends for all the work they've done with us and for us, and to look forward to the future of the Commonwealth.
The theme for this year's Commonwealth Day, delivering a common future, connecting, innovating, transforming, is fitting as we journey into a new decade. Indeed, the coming decade requires us to build inclusive societies based on the Commonwealth core values with a view to promote development, global peace and prosperity.
It's very important to put in record that while governments, industry, NGOs, academia can do many things, but the power of one is very important. The power of each of us, the individuals, if we take a pledge to live in a little bit more harmony with nature, we can make a big difference.
I would wish the scientific community with the private sector could engage numerous governments in the Commonwealth to come together and try to bring about a better world.
As far as the Commonwealth Enterprise Investment Council, we're also very proud to be part of celebrating Commonwealth Day, simply because the Commonwealth represents a huge opportunity for all individuals in different Commonwealth countries to share, to innovate, to grow, and to create prosperity for each other. It is a market of over 1.5 billion people. There is no singular market that big. And with a shared heritage and common values, almost anything can be achieved if we start working together.
The Commonwealth is a very special family of nations with shared values and goals. And I'm really pleased that tonight is an opportunity to bring together all the Commonwealth member countries, societies and associations in Malaysia so that we can work more closely together to deliver a prosperous and sustainable future. Thank you all very much.
It's quite something. I don't know how you all feel looking back at that. I think that was the last event that we had in Malaysia before the MCO, and it's quite strange now looking at that to see people freely circulating and mingling. Let's hope that we're able to go back to that day sometime soon. We were very pleased last year to partner with the Royal Commonwealth Society of Malaysia. The Commonwealth Day celebration took place in their clubhouse, their headquarters, which is a fantastic facility. And once again, we're very, very glad to be partnering again with the Royal Commonwealth Society of Malaysia to celebrate Commonwealth Day. And I'm delighted that we're joined by the president of the Rscm, Tony Kassim. Tony has been associated with the Rscm for, if I may say, quite a long time, Tony. I think more than 30 years.
Yes.
He's been a very, very active participant in the Rscm. He's held a number of different, he's worked his way up the ladder, holding a number of different positions within the Rscm, and he's been president since, I think, 2017. So, Tony, thank you so much for joining us. Perhaps you'd like to say a few words about the work of the Rscm.
Thank you, Charles. Good morning, everyone. So, my name is Tony Kassim. I'm the president for the Royal Commonwealth Society of Malaysia. Let me share with you a small history how we formed this RCS for Malaysian branch, and this is the idea come from our first prime ministers, the late Tengku Abdul Rahman. He came back from London after in 1961. We straight away have a meeting with our seniors, members at that time, to have Royal Commonwealth Society in Malaysia or in Kuala Lumpur. So in 1962, we managed to have a pro-tem committee to form the RCS Kuala Lumpur. And in that 62, we have our first AGM after it was approved by London head office. So we managed to gather all these members to work formation and to make sure that Tengku make sure that we have this association or this society in Kuala Lumpur. That is his vision and his ideas. And we have a format, and at that time in 1962, our fellow members is only about 89 members, very small. So we have our registered with our local with the government on the society way back in 1963. So Tengku is our first president by our Dato' Abdul Rahman, and the founder chairman was the late Tan Hudson. He is the driver behind, the mover behind the formation of RCS Kuala Lumpur together with Tengku. They worked very hard in those days in 1962, 63. So they managed to get a land in Damansara Heights. So this is where they housed the society in Damansara Heights. And the house was designed by the very prominent architect in Kuala Lumpur from BEP architect, this late Dato' Kinten. The situation of the land that we got those days in the housing estates, where all the middle of the bungalows houses. So we have to design our building to suit the environment. We can't go higher up 3 stories. We just manage 2 stories. I think Charles, from the video we see today, is very interesting. Charles already gave us some idea how our Commonwealth House look like at night. So the house was ready in 1971. I'm very proud to say that in 1972 and in 1989, Her Majesty's Queen Elizabeth visited us with His Royal Highness Prince Philip. So they visit us twice at the clubhouse. I'm glad to say that this is something that I think we in Malaysia appreciate, and with the club house that we built, so we have all the facilities in the clubhouse. So over the years, even though the land is about 20,000 square feet, we managed to get additional land to broaden our platform, our house in Damansara Heights, and we refurnished the building up to the maximum use of the land area, because we can't go high, because there is a limitation in residential area. So we managed to do that, and we have all our facilities in the house. We have the function room, meeting room, boardroom for us for meeting, and we have dining room. Our FME, I think, among the best for the clubhouse to serve to the members. Apart from that, we also have gyms, swimming pool, and the Tudor bar that is furbished by the British High Com those days, and we maintain it until today, Charles. As you can see, the Tudor bar from day one we put up the house until today. There is some legacies that we are keeping for the next generation to understand why we have that clubhouse over here. Apart from members' social activities, we also very active in other activities, especially the Commonwealth Day. This is our traditional celebration every year that without fail. Even though last year we have on the 8th, 3-4 days after that, the Malaysian government, we have the MCO. So for this year, we are very lucky. The Malaysian government just lifted the MCO on the 5th, and today we are celebrating, and tonight we are also going to the same clubhouse to celebrate our Commonwealth Day. Other activities that we have in Malaysia, we also hold once the international meeting for, I think, about 44 countries attend the meeting. That was in 2011. So I personally activities looking at it, I'm more on the youth section, because the youth is coming up now, and our youth is age limit up to 30 years. So a lot of activities I'm pushing for the youth to go to create all these talk, seminars, workshops, especially the essay competition, Charles. I think we are pushing it very hard, and also education program for the youth. So we are looking forward now with the youth to move after this pandemic, so that more activities, program, seminars, workshop, and talk with the youth after this COVID-19 pandemic. So I think I have a short brief on our KL Malaysian activities down here. So every year we celebrate. Last year we start having the celebration, and also some small seminars. And this is very great, Charles, with the working together with Bernice and British High Com. We created all these seminars, and I fully support, and I'm looking forward for years to come that more seminars we can have this. These are to create awareness among us in Commonwealth country, especially I'm looking at in Malaysia, as you know, the plastics, seas of bomb fish. These are the big issue today. Because we have to create awareness to our youth to understand the implication of this. So Charles and everyone down there, thank you. It's a great opportunity to introduce myself and to tell a bit what activities, small facilities we have at our KL clubhouse, and everyone is welcome to our clubhouse. Please, thank you very much.
Tony, thank you very much indeed. You're characteristically modest because it's really a wonderful place. And I know this must be frustrating for people watching the webinar from outside Malaysia who won't be able to ever to enjoy the facilities there. But I do encourage people, once that life returns a bit more to normal, to become a part of the Royal Commonwealth Society here in Malaysia. And the Malaysian government has traditionally been a very, very strong supporter of the Commonwealth, but I think it's just a coincidence that the MCO was imposed after Commonwealth Day last year and lifted just before Commonwealth Day this year.
Yes.
But it does mean, as you say, Tony, that we can have at least a small physical celebration in accordance with SOPs this evening at the clubhouse, which I'm very much looking forward to. So thank you so much again for all of your work, and it's great to be partners with you in everything to do with the Commonwealth. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. So we're now going to move on to talk a little bit about sustainability, because one of the Commonwealth sustainability goals is protecting the environment. And the Commonwealth Blue Charter is an agreement by all Commonwealth member countries to actively cooperate to solve ocean-related problems and to meet our commitments for sustainable ocean development. In a second, we're going to watch a video message recorded by Dr. Nicholas Hardman Mountford, who's the head of the Oceans, Nature and Resources at the Commonwealth Secretariat based in London. He leads on the coordination of this work and the 10 action groups that are working to him. Nick Hardman Mountford is a very distinguished scientist. Before joining the Commonwealth Secretariat, he was the principal scientist at the very prestigious CSIRO, which is Australia's national research agency, the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organisation. He's a world expert on ocean observation and modelling, and it's taken him all around the world. He's found applications of his work in addressing a whole range of different issues, such as sustainable blue economies, carbon storage, food security, energy and climate change. He's the author of over 100 research papers and technical reports, and he is also adjunct professor at the University of Western Australia. So let's now watch the video recorded by Nick Hardman Mountford.
Good afternoon, everyone, and wishing you a very happy Commonwealth Day and a very happy International Women's Day. On behalf of the Commonwealth Secretariat, I am pleased to be speaking at this exciting event. This year's Commonwealth Day theme is Delivering a Common Future, and it falls on the International Women's Day, so we are combining both to celebrate women's leadership in delivering a common future. This year is a crucial year for the Commonwealth. Our citizens are experiencing a global pandemic, an economic crisis, while also dealing with the continuing threat of climate change and a deteriorating ocean. These challenges over the past year have also reinforced how connected we all are and how mutually reliant we are on each other. In particular, many of the environmental problems we face transcend national boundaries and interests, necessitating a coordinated global effort. The understanding of the need for mutual collaboration and true spirit of friendship is what makes the Commonwealth a unique institution with a competitive advantage on the global stage. With many of us in the Commonwealth being from island nations and lands bordering the ocean, a huge part of our common wealth is the ocean and the deep connection we share with it. But now this wealth is facing numerous threats from pollution and climate change. One of the key courses of action to protect the threats faced by the ocean was outlined right here in Malaysia in the Langkawi Declaration in 1989, focused on the prevention of marine pollution and dumping of toxic wastes into the ocean. 30 years since then, deeper awareness of how our action or inaction will affect the future of our ocean is now firmly embedded in Commonwealth engagement at every level. This is precisely why the Commonwealth heads of government came together in 2018 around a historic agreement on the Commonwealth Blue Charter. It was agreed by all 54 Commonwealth countries, 47 of which have a marine coastline, And the Commonwealth Blue Charter is based on the principles of the Commonwealth, which brings together the values and aspirations that unite us. What makes the Blue Charter different from other multilateral environmental agreements is that it focuses on how countries will organize themselves to meet existing national and international commitments, such as SDG 14. To date, 15 countries have stepped forward to lead or co-lead 10 action groups, reflecting their most pressing priorities. The action groups cover topics such as coral reef protection and restoration, blue economy, coastal fisheries, and so forth. The video that follows my remarks will highlight how Commonwealth countries are spearheading action through various different action groups. Today, we're talking specifically about plastic pollution. More than 12 million tons of plastic waste pollute our ocean each year. And 93% of Commonwealth countries, that's 50 countries, have taken some form of action to address marine plastic pollution. The Commonwealth Clean Ocean Alliance, spearheaded by the UK and Vanuatu, is leading the way. Today is also the International Women's Day. And it is important for us to not only recognise how far we have come through history to achieve gender equality, but also to reflect on how much more we have to do. In the field of scientific research alone, UNESCO estimates that women account for only 30% of the world's senior researchers. Fortunately, this trend is changing. Achieving gender equity is not just women's issue, but it's everyone's issue. And the Commonwealth is ready to champion this cause, to lead on ocean action, and to deliver a common future that we all want. Thank you very much.
The ocean is a place of wonder, teeming with life, rich in natural diversity, and vital to countless lives and livelihoods. But today, the challenge we face is a daunting one. Now is the time for us to take urgent coordinated action. The Commonwealth Blue Charter aims to tackle the crisis in the ocean head-on. It's a commitment by all 54 Commonwealth countries to work together to manage, protect and preserve the ocean we all rely on. Spearheaded by 15 champion countries, our 10 Blue Charter action groups are leading the way, sharing best practices, developing collaborative projects and innovating solutions for our shared ocean and the communities that depend on them. Our combined efforts are achieving results already. To see how we're taking a principled approach to using and protecting our ocean sustainably, visit bluecharter.thecommonwealth.org.
One of the wonderful things that I've been able to do while I've been here as High Commissioner in Malaysia for a couple of years is work very closely with lots of wonderful partners dealing with issues of sustainability, the environment, plastics, the oceans, and so on. And I'm delighted to be able to introduce now one of our greatest partners, Blue Hope. We've been working together for quite some time now, and I'm delighted we have Simon Christopher and Monica Chin, who are the founder and co-founder of Blue Hope. This is incredibly important, but it's even more important than ever before this year, because we have 8 months now until the COP26 UN Conference of the Parties, which will be taking place in Glasgow in November. Just 8 months to make the actions, to take the actions we need to take in order to set us on a more sustainable path for the future. And it's been an incredibly important part of the relationship between the UK and Malaysia over the past couple of years, and will continue to be in the period running up to the COP summit. Simon and Monica and their Blue Hope partners have been working to deliver lots of exciting projects and initiatives to help solve the plastic pollution problem in Malaysia and the region through some very interesting and targeted and very practical projects. So I'd now like to hand over to Simon and Monica to tell us about them.
Thank you, Charles. Much appreciated. Good morning, everyone, and great to be with you on Commonwealth Day and International Women's Day. Very important day. And I'd like also to thank you, Charles, and the British High Commission for your support. What we have done together is very special, and it marks the reality that we all need to work together. This this new movement that we have to create at the beginning of UNESCO Ocean Decade, which is 2021 to 2030, is going to take monumental effort from everyone. It's a huge movement, and it involves every single person, how much capacity they do or they don't have. The reality is that we're all in this together, and we need to work as one group, one body, and it's very much a holding hands exercise. So Blue Hope is essentially really a support, a mechanism to talk about the ocean. The UNESCO Ocean Decade is the realization that we need to start listening to ocean, we need to start studying ocean, we need to start understanding the ocean. And only once we start understanding it will we start to really care about it and love it as we should. And it really marries with another great lady in ocean conservation, another legendary conservationist, environmentalist, Dr. Sylvia Earle from Mission Blue, who will be hearing from again, not directly, but will be playing back when she joined us at the launch of Blue Hope for World Ocean Day last year. But she very much talks about the ocean blue needing to be the new green. We as a species live on about 30% of the world, and it's green. And so anyone interested in conservation is called a greenie, or anything is called green. But in fact, because the balance is blue and we actually live on a blue planet, the reality is that more of the air that we breathe comes from the ocean. And the way we are treating the ocean, we are vacuuming it of all of its life, throwing plastics into it, and all of our plastics come from the rivers into the ocean. Unfortunately, we are really destroying our own support mechanism for life itself. And so Ocean Decade, UNESCO Ocean Decade is really what that's all about. And Blue Hope is really embracing that and trying to create awareness and education. So the first pillar of Blue Hope is really shared communication across all languages, all boundaries, to everyone, from youth right up to it affects everyone. So with that said, I'd like to pass over to Monica, who is our ocean queen, another great lady who's been diving and communicating ocean here in Sabah, where we are both now. And we are on the brink of kickstarting a new movement called Sabah Plastic Neutral, which is very exciting, part of a global platform following Timor-Leste, and really championing the Coral Triangle, which Malaysia and Timor-Leste are 2 of 6 countries. So over to you, Monica, just to say a bit. I'm going to pass the baton to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you, Charles, and thank you, Kassim, for elaborate more about the Commonwealth, and thank you and I want to wish all the women out there happy International Women's Day as well. So yeah, and then I would like to introduce myself, just a quick one. I'm a co-founder of Blue Hope, and also community director for our project as well. And Mr. Kassim, I'm glad that I've been to the clubhouse in October last year for a meal before I fly back to KK. Actually, yeah, I'm glad that I made it before it closed down due to the pandemic, due to the MCO and CMCO again. So yeah, I love to go back one day soon when we're able to travel freely to Peninsular Malaysia. Yeah, anyway, so I'm so eager. I just can't wait to go out there to reconnect with all our community around Sabah, around Borneo actually. And we are also focusing to educate and channel, accelerate all the UN SDG goal to our community here, which is very, very important for all of us to achieve Ocean Decade mission and goal. So, and I can't wait to go out there because everyone know that due to the pandemic, all the restriction, inter-district restrictions, so a lot of our work was delayed, and we have to hang on until everything is reopened again. So basically, we are well prepared. Blue Hope are well prepared to get connected with all the people around Sabah to kickstart our some of our project like fish bomb free Sabah, also our education and awareness program about plastic pollution, not only environment but also the importance of marine life, because we want to in Sabah, because a lot of our people still lack of information about ocean, about, you know, people are so naive here, so living in the a beautiful green paradise, so it's hardly for them to see what's happening under the sea. And myself has been diving for 23 years now. So I've seen the most untouched and beautiful underwater world, and it was gone today, no more. The marine life, let's say dugong, the sea cow, has been gone, where I was swimming and watching them around one of the island in Borneo. So these are the things that our people need to connect. So I'm as part of a co-founder of Blue Hope. So I really hope, and I want to thank you for British High Com and all our global and international partners, as well as Royal Commonwealth Association in Kuala Lumpur for we want continuous support, and let's make it happen. Let's focus and make it mission accomplished for what we are trying to connect the dot. And I believe everyone know now we are in this together. Without the healthy ocean, we all suffer. Yeah, so thank you everyone.
Thank you so much, Simon and Monica. That's a really powerful image that you just painted of, you know, within the space of just over 20 years, such a huge change in the natural life in our ocean, which you yourself have seen. So that's quite a sobering thought. Today we have a whole series of different webinars running through the day, different webinars and events, where we will be talking more about all the different activities of Blue Hope and the things that we're doing here in Malaysia on Commonwealth Day to support the ocean. So please do tune in and join us for some of the other webinars. But let me come to, last but not least, the final member of our panel today, Mogesh Sababathi, who is the co-founder of Ocean Hope Project. Mogesh is a graduate of the University of Malaysia, Terengganu. He's a marine biologist and co-founder of the Ocean Hope Project, which is a youth-led group aiming to raise the visibility of ocean issues and environmental conservation. Mogesh is fantastic because he is a finalist in the Commonwealth Youth Awards 2021, and I believe that the announcement of the winners is going to be made later this week, so we keep our fingers crossed for him. And he's been put forward for that award for his work on the sustainable development of life below water. Mogesh, over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Charles. If you can bear with me for a moment, I'm going to share my slides. Right. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Charles, for the kind introduction. First of all, I'm very honored to be here today on the Commonwealth Day and the International Women's Day. I would like to thank the British High Commission and the Blue Hope for organizing this webinar and for giving me the opportunity to share some of the work that Project Ocean Hope has done. So I'm going to speak about the background of the project, what got me interested to get involved, and some challenges I've faced so far. So as introduced, I'm a marine biology graduate and the co-founder of Project Ocean Hope that is currently based at University of Malaysia Terengganu, UMT. This project was established in year 2017 with a group of undergraduate marine biology students, and lecturers from the Faculty of Science and Marine Environment. Our aim was to promote ocean literacy and to raise the visibility of ocean issues among Malaysians, especially the youths. And we mainly focus on issues like marine pollution, waste management, and unsustainable fisheries. I would say so far we're quite happy with the outcomes that we have seen from all the programs we've organized in the last 4 years. Our goal for the next 1 year is to expand the project region-wide, and Project Ocean Hope is there for everyone who are interested in learning about the ocean and are keen to take part in spreading ocean awareness. It could be as small as to learn how to turn your food waste into fertilizers, how to sort your domestic waste at home, how to set up your own groups to do community cleanups and many others. So it's important that we always start small because to me, it's the action that matters most. So how I got involved as an ocean activist is that I've always had a huge interest to learn about the ocean and everything that lives beneath since I was 6. And I also grew up on an island in Labuan. So I was in Sabah. So my family and I often go to the sea during the weekends. It used to disappoint me so much when I see debris, especially plastics, almost everywhere on the shore. Now, to me, Malaysia has an incredible marine environment, but sadly, over the last decade, because of human activities, we have really pushed the oceans to the limits. And we're looking at an accelerating change in sea temperature, increase in the rate of ocean acidification, and reports have also shown that plastic pollution has increased tenfold from 2010 to 2020 alone. It is said that 80% of pollution to marine environment comes from the land, and mostly due to improper waste management. Most of these waste come from land would either end up to the sea from littering, or they go to landfills, which we're already running out of space. But you may ask, how this waste can end up to the ocean. Now, this waste can either be blown away by the wind or float by the rainwater because it's very, very light. From there, it would clutter around drains and enter the rivers and finally to the sea. But little did we realize that it could also happen from our very daily habits, as simple as we flush down our daily use products in the toilets, like cotton buds and wet wipes, which then gets broken into microplastics, microfibers, microbeads, and they're mostly too small to be filtered out by wastewater plants and end up being consumed by small marine species, eventually even ending up in our food chain. So knowing all this from lectures and classes back in my undergraduate years, I really wanted to let people know of all this. And the only way I could think of back then was to start making public engagement. And that's really how the idea of starting Project Ocean Hope came about. In terms of challenges that I've faced so far is, so we work around people most of the time. And I think the challenge is that, you see, different people have different levels of understanding, knowledge and acceptance. So you see, sometimes they would have been doing something for generations, and it's not easy for us to just say, you can't do this, you can do that. It's always important to have different strategies to approach people of different backgrounds. So we most of the time we tailor our programs according to our target groups, and our ultimate goal is to make sure that this policy changes becomes a norm and is taught to everyone from their very childhood, starting from home. So I think it's time that we all should start taking small steps to protect the ocean and the environment, because we don't have to go too far thinking about the future, because if we don't act now, even us could be the victims of our own irresponsible actions, which we have already started seeing now. So yeah, that's all I have for now, and over to you, Mr. Charles.
Thank you very much indeed, Maurice. That's really heartening to hear what you're doing. It's interesting that you said the only thing that you could think of doing was to raise awareness, but for me, that is the single most important thing probably that any of us can do, and it's something that we're all trying to do constantly. I should incidentally apologize, because while this is International Women's Day, we have a very unbalanced panel today. We have Monica, of course, We were hoping to have Berenice Narayanan, who is the CEO of the Royal Commonwealth Society Malaysia, but unfortunately she couldn't join us at the last minute. And this is my opportunity also to pay tribute to Alison Collingridge, my colleague, who has worked tirelessly to put together all the events for Commonwealth Day, and she's absolutely the mainstay. So it would have been better to have had a more balanced panel, but we did our best. Now, I don't know if there are any questions. We've got a couple of minutes left. I don't know if there are any questions coming in from any of our audience. But as we wait for any questions to come in, let me put one to the panelists, which is, why are Malaysia's oceans particularly important as we think about sustainability? I don't know, Simon, do you want to comment on that?
Sure, thank you, Charles. And just a quick response to your last message defending the the male-female balance. We're compensating on the next session for the story of Blue Hope, where it's just me and I'm surrounded by three ocean queens. So we're doing our best to get the right balance here. Yes, Malaysia is incredibly important because it is part of the Coral Triangle. Now the Coral Triangle was launched 12-13 years ago by the heads of those 6 countries. It consists of 6 countries, Malaysia being one of them. Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, Timor-Leste, Solomons, and Papua New Guinea. Now between those 6 countries, that makes up about 3 to 4% of the world's surface area, about the size of the States. Now here's the sort of the killer fact, if you like, in terms of marine biodiversity. There's more biodiversity in that 3 to 4% than the rest of the planet combined. And so that's an incredible fact. And that is the reason why Malaysia makes up part of this most important piece of real estate, marine biodiversity wise. And simply the fact that biodiversity is life itself. It speaks for the water and the air we breathe and the water we drink. That I couldn't better than that. It is literally the mother, the absolute core, the epicenter of the most important part of the planet in terms of life on the planet. It's the lungs and the heart of our planet, and Malaysia is part of that.
That's an extraordinary statistic. Monica, have you got any other observations to?
Yes, thank you, Charles. No, I mean, from my observation, being born and bred here in Borneo, it's very heartbroken to see whenever I dive any place of dive destination in Borneo. There's never once I never see trash, never see plastic waste under the sea, which until 27 to 29 meters depth. And the most heartbroken is, when we diving, when you see so much big pile of trash underwater that we can't, only few of us, we can't even pick it up everything in few minutes or in 1 hour, compared to we do a beach cleanup or clean up on land, so that part is really killing me. That's why I'm in 2 days ocean decade and focusing on a UN SDG goal and all the ocean conservation activity. Not even that, but and then we have a record in Borneo. Whale shark was found dead in one of beaches in Kota Kinabalu, Tanjung Aru, and many turtle that the tummy is contained with the plastic, single-use plastic waste. So that's really sickening, for me, like how long we want to keep on receiving this news, and what is the future, what is the guarantee of for our future generation to see how healthy is our ocean could be when one day we left. So these are the things that really make me worried and so eager to get out there and find get into all our community and make them understand we need to do this. We need to do this together. So other than that, like, so many problems, Charles, so many problems, and we can't wait to see the solution in a few months' times. Yeah, it's not 24 hours work. It's not by clip of our finger. We can't change it that way, but slowly we can see there's a lot of awareness already planted in our community here in Borneo. So what I think is we need to seriously speed it up. Yeah, speed up all the activity. Yeah, we can't wait any more longer. We just need to speed it up and get rid of the plastic pollution. Stop it. Turn off the pipe. Turn off the pipe. All the accumulating all the plastic waste into our ocean. Yeah, so many things, but yeah, we are so enthusiasm, we are so committed, and we sure this is the chance, this is the time. While the pandemic and COVID-19, a lot of restriction, as there's no tourism, so this is the best time to restore and repair what we have damaged to our nature and our ocean.
Thank you, Monica. Well, I can hear the enthusiasm, and I can see there's going to be an awful lot to discuss. So the next webinar will be coming up on the hour, 10 o'clock, which will be the story of Blue Hope, and then there will be webinars, as I say, running through the day on topics like fish bomb-free Sabah, the launch of Water is Life, plastic neutral Sabah, and so on. And then at 7:20 this evening, Malaysia time, we will be celebrating Commonwealth Observance Day, which will be streaming live from the Royal Commonwealth Society of Malaysia's clubhouse. I look forward to seeing you there, Tony. But for the meantime, thank you all very much indeed, our panelists, Tony, Monica, Mogesh and Simon. The very best of luck to you, Mogesh, on Wednesday, I think, for the Commonwealth Youth Awards. It's been great to see you all, and please, everybody, do tune in for the series of webinars that are coming through the course of today, and then 7:20, our Commonwealth Observance Day. Thank you all very much indeed.
Thank you so much, Charles. So privileged to be here today morning.
Thank you.
Thanks, Charles. Thanks, Tony. Thanks, Mogesh.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Mogesh. Thank you,
everyone.
Kassim. Hope to see you soon.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you. See you all.